lot of people are talking about these zombie viruses that were recently discovered, and well, yeah, they do look kind of scary. But are these things for real? Or is somebody just making all this up to freak us out? Well, don't go anywhere because I have the official answer coming your way. Hey guys, Bill here. No sooner did I get back from my trip to the Arctic Circle, you know, where we did that story about the pliosaur last week. Well, I get home and my email box is filled up with all these people who are freaked out about this new zombie virus discovery. People like Cody Baker, Ethan Jones, Shinru Hybrid, and a whole bunch of others are all asking, is this story for real? Guys, I didn't even bother to unpack my bags. I just got into the studio, flipped on the switches, and went to work. As usual, there's a lot of chatter about this on TikTok.
Scientists have successfully brought back a 48,000-year-old zombie virus,
where they actually dug into the millions of years old permafrost.
The scientists found it, and guess what? They revived it.
Is it about zombies? No. Zombie just means they could come to life.
Okay, well, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because, you know, when I first read that headline, I thought this was going to be about viruses that turn us humans into zombies. Well, luckily, that isn't the case. That's not what they do. What they're talking about is the fact that some frozen viruses that were basically dead were taken out of the frozen tundra under a lake in Siberia and brought back to life in a lab. That's why they're calling them zombie viruses.
The zombie virus is real. The zombie virus is real. The zombie virus is real. The zombie virus.
All right, so let's just hold it right here because, you know, I want to find out what you guys think. Do you think it's really possible that somebody could dig up like this 50,000-year-old dead frozen virus and then like thaw it out in the kitchen and the thing comes back to life? Or maybe do you think this is, maybe there was a discovery, but it's just much more mundane science and somebody's spinning this story to create some scary clickbait? If you think scientists really did dig up some frozen viruses and the viruses came back to life, then go with real. But on the other hand, if you think maybe they found some viruses but they don't really come back to life like zombies, then go with fake. And as usual, if you don't think I have a smoking gun solid answer, then go with unknown. Okay, go ahead and yell out your answer so the whole world can hear you. And if you can't do that, it's okay to pause the video, go to the comment section, leave your answer down there, and then come back and watch the video to see if you're right or not. You ready? And go. Hey, while everybody's making up their mind and infecting the world with their answers, what do you say we take a look at something else that came in this week? This video, sent in by Nabil Alkaf, claims to show an alien hand found on the beach in Brazil.
Tinha as 3 pontinhas do dedo pra cima. Aí a gente brincou falando, é uma mão humana.
Nabil, you know, when I first saw this thing, I thought, oh, that's just a piece of coral, you know, that happens to be in a shape of a hand. And then, you know, that thing that we call pareidolia, you know, kind of where our mind plays tricks on us, you know, interprets it and says, oh, that's a hand. And because it's too big to be a human hand, well, you know, that has to be an alien hand. Well, I did a little checking around, and the New York Post apparently has dug into this far enough to get a firm determination that it's actually bone. It's not coral. So that does put a spin on things. Now, there are some scientists out there who think this comes from a dolphin, but for me, that seems like a little far-fetched because what part of a dolphin would that be? Would that be their backbone? That's, you know, they don't have hands. Would they have a structure like that in their flipper? I don't know. Seems a little far-fetched. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to leave this one unknown. Maybe it really is an alien hand. Okay, now that we got ourselves into the sand on that one, what do you say we get back to our zombie viruses? Right here, I have the official answer. and I am going to get it out, and I'm going to let you guys know what the bottom line is on this thing. I mean, are there 50,000-year-old viruses that can come back to life and start a lot of problems for us, or we looking at something that is more fantasy than fact? Okay, let's see what it says here. Hold on one sec. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. Okay, well, no, it's not unknown. We actually have an answer, and I'm saying because the official answer is real. That's right. As it turns out, a group of scientists from Russia, France, and Germany are the ones who dug up these reanimating viruses. In all, they dug up 13 of them, and all of them are said to be capable of reanimating themselves. Now, a lot of you guys, like this gentleman right here, are already asking, why are you digging this stuff up?
50,000 years ago, it was dangerous to them, and they said, we gotta freeze it, and y'all unfroze it for what? What possibly? If you found it, put it back where you found it. It's simple as that. We don't need to.
Well, the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is we have to dig it up, because you see, what's happening in our world is that it's getting warmer, and these places where these viruses lay frozen are slowly being exposed to the sun, and well, they're going to come back to life sooner or later, naturally. So we have to get ahead of the game here. We have to take this stuff out, get it in the laboratory, find out if it's harmful to humans, and if it is, we got to come up with a game plan on what we're going to do. So that's why we got to look at it. Hey, I hope you haven't clicked away yet, because I actually have some very good news about this story. You're going to be very relieved. Now, as you may have noticed, there's a lot of news outlets that are promoting the idea that these zombie viruses could pose a public health threat. It's going to start a new COVID-like pandemic.
The lead scientist herself said this, that these reanimating viruses are potentially a significant threat to public health.
These resurrecting viruses could pose a serious threat to the public's health.
And they are a potential threat.
Well, guess what? That part of the story is not true. Not true. It's fake news. Now, if you take the time to actually read the paper that these scientists published, it's online. Anybody can read it. I'm going to put a link for it down in my description box. What these scientists said is that these viruses they reanimated can't infect plants, can't infect animals, and cannot infect human beings. In other words, they can't infect you and they can't infect me. The only thing these viruses can infect, and I wrote it down for you, is this amoeba called an acanthamoeba. That's it. That's all they can infect. So, just in case you're wondering, this information was brought to us by Jean-Michel Claveret, who is one of the scientists who dug these viruses up. He's one of the guys who studied them in the lab, and he's one of the guys who wrote the paper. So, who are you going to believe? Jean-Michel or our friends on TikTok? That's what I thought. Guys, do me a favor. Don't freak out. Don't cancel your Christmas plans, your birthday plans, or anything else you got going on, because this is not the big one. This is not the one that's going to wipe us out. We're all going to be just fine. Okay? So relax and have a good time. And now for my favorite fake of the week. Josiah Abner sent in this video. It's called Watch Man Crawl Out of Crocodile Mouth. And well, guys, if this was a real crocodile, I don't think that man would be coming out of there alive. Crocs actually make sure you're pretty dead before they swallow you. So, you know what that means. That means this croc is nothing more than a prop, and this video is so fake. It's funny! Hey, don't go away just yet. There are a whole lot more real or fakes you can look at. Just go ahead and click on one.